On this channel, we love to run numbers for people. I just ask you if you want me to run numbers for you, just give me your beginning balance, how much you can contribute a month, whether you want to increase that each year, and we'll go ahead and run the numbers. And what we do on this channel is just use the historical returns for the S&P 500 over the last 100 years, which includes the depression years, and we project what similar returns might do for the near future. The resulting numbers are simply a possible range of what may happen in the future. So I got this request from a 36-year-old. He currently has $1.9 million. 1.9 million. He says no additions with a 3% COLA and retiring at 65, and he gives me the household expenses. Now I'm not sure if there's no additions why that 3% COLA would matter, unless he's talking about once he does retire. So I'm going to go ahead and run this with the 1900. If he never adds another dime, and what we do is run the numbers for every single year. You can see them going down through here using the 1924 numbers. This is what 1.9 million would accumulate to going down through here. And we run it for each year. This is a summary box for 1924. This is for 1929, which is, of course, the Depression years. And they're going to vary significantly. But we're going to go ahead and run the numbers and see where he'd be at age 65, which I don't have a 29-year column, but you can get an idea of a 36-year-old, age 28 to 30. Here's that 1.9 million you're starting with. Now let's go ahead and color code these for you. As you can see, he really doesn't need to add anymore. If he's got this kind of money at age 36, this is what the 28-year column would show over the last 100 years for a 28-year period for each of these years. The worst case scenario you're going to find, this whole column is right there, 1930, 16 million. I'll actually click on that right here if I can get it to work. 1930 numbers right here. The 30-year period or 30-year period is 26. Let's see here, 26,660. But there's one that's worse than that, a 30-year column. Anyway, here's a 28-year column from 16 million, the median being 31 million, up to 75 million. So if he never adds another dime, these are the kind of numbers he's looking at. Now, he also gave me another scenario. He says at age 65, he expects his household expenses to be 8,500 a month. Now, I'm not sure if he wants me to bring into account inflation for that, but let's go ahead and take, I'm just going to take what shall I take? 20 million, 25 million? Again, which one does he want me to take? Because there's a wide variance here. So that's why I sometimes have trouble running numbers. But I'm going to go ahead and just say 20 million. So you've got 20 million at age 65. And you're going to see his way. There's $20 million. And he wants to take out 8,500 a month. Well, that's just going to be a drop in the bucket. That's like 0.5%. So if we would have increased that, let's just say it doubled that over the next 28 years, and you need 17,000 a month, you're still going to only be at 1% of what your withdrawal rate of what you have, this 20 million that I just picked out of this so I really don't know how to run the numbers here. These are going to be just fine with these kind of numbers. Now what I could do is, again, what we can do on this channel is take into account inflation, what these values would have in buying power. So let's say, for example, in buying power you have, let's take the worst case scenario for the 28-year period, 16 million. The buying power would be 7 million. So let's go ahead and change this. This shows you what we can do on this channel. Let's change this to just 7 million. Again, I was a little bit unsure how I wanted to handle this, but 7 million. 17,000, which would be double the 8,500 he was talking about in monthly expenses, would still only be a 2.91% withdrawal rate. Why am I talking about this 2.91? Because if you stay below 4%, and in this case below 3%, you're going to have no problem withdrawing twice what he was talking about. Now, we didn't do a 3% COLA though, did we? So let's go ahead and do that. This is updating for, you can see I have no problem running out of money. You might if we go to the 3% COLA. Yeah, it looks like 1929, but I'm going to go back to his original numbers. He said 8,500. Then I know you won't have any problems, even in the Depression years. But let's go ahead and update this because you only got a 1.46%. It's way below. That's less than half of the 2% recommended 4%. So he's going to do an 8,500 a month, increase that by 3% a year. Even in the worst case scenario, which is 1929, you'd still have all kinds of money after these different time periods. These are the 1929 numbers, a summary of this box going down through here. We haven't even taken into account a different asset allocation, uh, how that would even affect these numbers. But you're going to be just fine. But I didn't know how he wanted me to run these numbers because he just specified that he uh, has 1.9 million. So without adding another dime, these are the kind of numbers you would have. I took that 7 million over here, which was the worst case scenario of buying power, and ran it over here to see how that would have worked out with a 1.46% withdrawal rate, giving himself a 3% COLA. He's going to have no problem whatsoever. Here's the actual graph after 20 years. This is the 20 million, 40 million, 60 million dollar lines. So again, I just thought I'd run the numbers for him. He's going to be in great shape. If he's already got 1.9 million saved at age 36, he's going to be in great shape. I just wanted to run the numbers for him. He asked me to do that. So a 36-year-old, he wouldn't have to add another dime. But if you've got this kind of money and you don't, if you've got freedom, go ahead and put more money in. You'd have even a better retirement than it looks like you already do, which is fantastic. But that's what we do on this channel. We run numbers for people. I want you to run your numbers, just give me your beginning balance, your monthly contribution, and whether you want to increase that or not. And I'll run it. And it's best if you have 30 or more years, unless you start out with almost $2 million and it won't even take that much. But please be patient with me. Sometimes I don't see people's numbers in the comment section because I'm getting more and more, which is an awesome problem to have. I love more and more people are subscribing, more and more people are sharing this channel with others, and I just love to run numbers for people just to show them what they might have in the future, just using historical returns. Thanks for watching.